Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone. The Women of Color Foundation is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Its founder and CEO, Alexandria Johnson Boone, will be here to talk about the impact of the organization and her vision for the future. Also, the Westside Market marks a major milestone this year. Christine Zuniga Edie and Amanda Dempsey will explain how you can help celebrate with the Westside Market. And later on the broadcast, Dorothy Salem of the Woodland Cemetery Foundation of Cleveland will talk about a significant event taking place on June the 24th. Good morning again. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, beginning with a good friend here, Alexandria Johnson Boone, founder and chairperson of the Women of Color. Good to have you with us, Alex.
Thank you, Leon. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, things are going well for you, I know.
Yeah, the foundation has realized incredible growth. I never thought 10 years ago that we would be sitting here celebrating and talking about a 10th anniversary celebration.
Yeah. What do you celebrate in this Women of Color Foundation?
Well, let me start by saying that the Women of Color Foundation is for all women, that white is a color to us. So we invite all our sisters, and what we do is we do executive development, leadership training, we do communications training, career development. We help women prepare themselves for key leadership roles in the community and in the world for the future.
You're a role model yourself. You've been here for some years, a few years.
Thank you.
Alex and I have known each other since
way too long.
A long time, since we were kids, really.
Right, exactly.
And you've been working on this kind of thing for a long, long time.
Yeah.
What inspires you to keep the Women of Color Foundation going?
Well, I think what inspired me to start it and keep it going was my mom. I lost her about a month ago, and I was really, struggling with her loss, but I know that I have to keep doing this. This is my ministry, and that I want women and girls of color to see positive role models and to raise their self-esteem, because we were queens that walked along the Nile, and we shouldn't forget about that.
Let's not forget about that at all.
Right.
So you've got a big Hall of Fame induction and a big gala coming up now.
We sure do now.
Now tell me about that. I know everything starts on Thursday, May the 31st.
That's correct, Leon. On Thursday and Friday, May 31st and June 1st, we're being hosted by Cleveland Clinic at their Lyndhurst campus on Richmond Road. We'll have our 2-day executive development retreat. And then on Saturday, for the first time ever, we're hosting our Hall of Fame induction ceremony and gala. And we're going to do this probably once every 10 years. So this is our 10th anniversary, so we're doing it up big this year.
And this is going to be at the Cleveland Clinic campus, the one in Lyndhurst.
Lyndhurst used to be the old TRW World Headquarters, and Cleveland Clinic has taken it over, and it's a wonderful facility.
Yeah, right there on Richmond Road. Not too far from Legacy Village.
Absolutely. Right. Everybody knows where Legacy Village is.
If you can find Legacy Village, you can find this.
Exactly.
Okay. It's a wonderful facility right there.
Yes.
You've got workshops that you've been doing all along,
Yeah, all kinds of workshops. This year we have workshops talking. We have a person coming from Columbus. Her name is Erin Winnery, and she's a life coach, because, people are looking at changing careers, and they want to expand and grow their careers, and some people just don't know where to start. So many of us, no matter how accomplished we may perceive ourselves to be, we can use a life coach.
How can people get involved in this now?
Well, people ask us all the time. They can go online and register, and it's really important that people know that we have lots of scholarships this year. Because of our 10th anniversary, we have a number of corporations and other foundations that are supporting us, so we can provide lots of scholarships. So people can go online at www.womenofcolorfoundation.com, or they can call us toll-free at 866-962-3411, extension 307. But if they go online, they can see everything we're doing for the whole year.
What's it going to cost for this event now?
Well, if you want hotel accommodations for the 2 nights, it's $8.99, and then if you just want to come for 1 day and celebrate, it's only $3.99.
But you get so much for that figure.
So much. If people just don't buy one St. John's suit, they can come to our retreat.
I'll keep that in mind.
How about that?
That's a good line. That will work in many, many areas.
That puts it in perspective, okay?
What do you think are some of the highlights that you've gone through with the Women of Color Foundation over the last 10 years or so?
Well, I think the highlights for me have been some of the emails and cards that I've received after the retreat. We had Fifth Third as one of our major sponsors as well, and they called one time and asked if they could bring a young woman who was recently re-entering the workforce. And I said, of course. And they said, well, she can't afford to pay. I said, we'll give her a scholarship. Well, this woman came, and we make no difference. Nobody knows who's on scholarship. And she sent me a card and a check for $10. And she said, this is all I have, but if I I can help you help someone else like you helped me, then it's all worthwhile. And that's the only reason I do this, because foundations can't make money by law. So we put all the money back into the foundation. We give scholarships for our retreat. For all of our events, scholarships are available because we want to reach the broadest possible sector of the community, because women are the future.
That woman gave the ultimate. She gave all she had.
Oh, her last $10.
And there's something in the Bible that speaks to that, to the woman who dropped 2 copper coins into the plate at the synagogue.
Absolutely.
She gave everything she had.
Exactly.
Once again, this is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Correct.
Begin on May the 31st through June the 2nd.
Correct.
Your big gala is Saturday, June 2nd.
Right, and that's in the evening from 6 to 9. And then the retreat is all day on both days, Thursday and Friday, from 8 to 5. And I tell people all the time, you know, bring your seatbelt, because it's going to be an incredible experience. Do not be discouraged because you may not have the money. Go to our website, download that scholarship form, and send it in.
I bet a lot of men show up too as well.
Well, you know, we have a few, and in fact, we're going to be doing something really novel this year. We're going to actually invite men to be on our panels, because we've discovered that they do know something too.
Every once in a while,
a
guy will say something that makes sense. You've been listening in my household, haven't you? Well, once again, it's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, May the 31st through June the 2nd,
Correct.
which is a Saturday, at the Cleveland Clinic campus in Lyndhurst, right there on Richmond Road, in the community of Lyndhurst, on the eastern part of Cuyahoga County.
Right.
Alexandria Johnson Boone is the chairperson of the Women of Color Foundation. Good to have you with us, Alex.
Thank you, Leon. It was great being here.
We had the phone number on the screen. You see it at the bottom there, 866-962-3411, extension 307. You see the website as well, womenofcolorfoundation.com. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, dear.
Good to see you.
Good to see
you
you, too.
my friend.
All
Be
right.
well. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about a major milestone for a Cleveland landmark after this. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Glad to have you aboard today. Many generations of vendors and shoppers have passed through its doors, the doors of the Westside Market on the west side of Cleveland. But this year will be a very special year for shoppers, vendors alike. Manager of the Westside Market, Christine Zuniga-Edie, is with us, and Market District Director with Ohio City, Amanda Dempsey, is here to tell us more about all of this is going on. Christine sitting on the outside, Amanda sitting next to me. Good to have you with us.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is a big year for the Westside Market, Christine. Tell me why this is such a big year.
Well, this year the market is celebrating its 100th birthday of being Cleveland's favored culinary tradition. So we've had dozens of ethnic groups that have come through the doors to both sell their special foods, to come and shop at the markets with their families over generations and generations. So we're going to be celebrating that tradition this year.
All kinds of special foods at the Westside Market available for purchase.
Absolutely. We've got items from fresh beef, poultry, duck, fresh seafood, baked goods, fruits and vegetables, cheeses, and then of course things that you can eat while you're shopping at the market as well.
I'll bet if you cannot find it there, you can live pretty well without it. Anything you want is right there. Also with us is Amanda Dempsey, your Market District Director for Ohio City Incorporated. Yeah, now Westside Market is in Ohio City. So
it is.
How are you helping with all of this celebration, or how are you observing it?
So the Westside Market is, of course, an anchor to the Ohio City neighborhood, as it always has been. We're a neighborhood community development organization. We work on residential and commercial programs in the neighborhood, and we have a new partnership with the City of Cleveland where we're helping and facilitating marketing, programming, and resource development for the market. And our main role this year is to help plan and execute the centennial celebrations.
There is a new spirit around the Westside Market in the entire Ohio City neighborhood. You've got banners up on the utility poles, the new Dave's supermarket over there, and a lot of other things, bars and restaurants all around there. Tell me about that.
There's over 30 new businesses that have opened in the Ohio City Market District in 2 years. So we are celebrating the district being where other food production and food retail businesses are located. 100 of those food businesses are at the Westside Market, where we have Ohio City Pasta, who makes their produce, Great Lakes Brewing Company, who's been brewing in the neighborhood since 1988, So we have a lot of food-centered activity in the Market District.
A lot of energy going on right there. So how are you going to celebrate this 100th anniversary? 1912, a seminal year in this city. 1912, how do you celebrate 100 years of the Westside Market?
Well, there's so much history of the market, so we're going to be celebrating that history through a series of events this year. The first event that we have is on June 2nd, Saturday, June 2nd in the evening. It'll be held at the city's newly renovated park across the street from the market. We'll be having live music entertainment and dance entertainment, such as Hungarian dance, polka, Latin jazz. There'll be a special program to honor our longtime legacy vendors. We'll also have an ice cream social for the first 3,000 guests and a special fireworks display to conclude the evening.
Everything. You got everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. What's your vision for the Westside Market as you look into the next 100 years? And I know you're looking downrange 100 years from
That's
now.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the market should continue as it has been, as an anchor to the community, as a place for small businesses to develop. I think looking ahead, the neighborhood and of course the city has a strong presence in local foods, so I'd like to see that amped up at the Westside Market. I think that's going to be a key role for the market to play in the future.
Let me put a phone number on the screen where people can get more information on everything we're talking about. 664-3387. That's in the area code of 216 as you see at the bottom of the screen, or you can go to westsidemarket.org. Now as you do this celebration, it's open to the general public, right?
That's right. The first event on June 2nd is open to the public. Our largest public event is in October. That's also open to the public as well.
And you are celebrating Ohio City being a part of this.
Right.
So much is happening in this community. As she called it, an anchor.
Yes.
Right there. It is an anchor for your community, the Ohio City.
It is an anchor, and we'll celebrate the entire neighborhood at the Street Festival on October 7th. West 25th Street will be closed, and the market will be open on a Sunday, both the first time in over a decade. All of our Ohio City restaurants and retailers will be vending from West 25th Street, and vendors inside the market will also be selling product there as well.
Yeah. As we think back over the years, Ohio City was its own community many years ago. You had Cleveland, and then you had Ohio City.
Yep.
And then they got together eventually. I don't know when that was, but it was a long time ago.
It was. It was the city of Ohio, and actually the two former mayors of the city of Ohio are responsible for the land across the street from the market where the new park is, and led the way for the Westside Market to be built in 1912.
Well, thank you so much for what you do with Ohio City Incorporated as the Market District Director, and so much for what you do with the Westside Market. You have great feelings for this place. It is an iconic structure. I mean, it is a landmark. When you tell people how to get to the West Side or something, just it's near the Westside Market is what everybody says.
That's
and
right.
That's what you. How many vendors once again are in the?
We have 100 small businesses at the market.
And they're all doing big business. They're certainly working on a day like today, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much. We wish you well. But once again, it's going to be a big event kicking off Saturday, June the 2nd, and you will be doing celebrations throughout the year.
Correct.
Yes. 100 years of the Westside Market. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast. Amanda Dempsey, Market District Director for Ohio City Incorporated, and Christine Zuniga-Edie, who's manager of the historic Westside Market. West 25th Street and Lorraine, we should say that. West 25th Street and Lorraine. The corner there, you'll see it. You can't help but see it when you get to that intersection. Thank you so much. Even see it from across the river, too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take a break. We're going to talk about a special invitation to Clevelanders after we take this break first. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope this morning. The Woodland Cemetery Foundation of Cleveland hosts a special event in late June. Dorothy Salem is here to tell us more about this event and how you can participate with the Woodland Cemetery Foundation. Good to have you with us, Dorothy.
Well, after 38 years teaching at Tri-C at the Metro campus, I retired, and I wanted to get involved in something in the community that was providing an educational potential for both the community and for the institutions in the surrounding area, and I became the educational outreach volunteer. And one of the events that's coming up that shows the history of this time period is Memorial Day. We're celebrating the bicentennial of the War of 1812, and we'll have a speaker at 10 a.m. Paul
Is that going to be at the cemetery?
Yes, at the cemetery.
And tell us, remind us where that cemetery is located.
It's located at 6901 Woodland, and you can also enter through the entrance on Quincy. So it's between both. It's almost 61 acres of land, and it was dedicated back in 1853. And it was part of the national movement to create public cemeteries. So there's a lot of history there. We have over 87,000 people interned. And many of them, and that's the story how I became involved, because I've always asked my students at Tri-C to do individual research on blacks in Cleveland, because you know my PhDs in African American history. And a lot of those individuals are interned at Woodland Cemetery.
It is an historic place, to say the least. You've got, tell me about the event you've got going on now. You've got a couple of dates we want to get on the air. Monday, May the 28th.
At 10 a.m.
That's Memorial Day.
Yes.
At the cemetery itself.
Yes, and we'll be honoring the veterans on that day, including over 200 colored troops from the Civil War. We've been doing a lot of research to get them included.
A lot of people ask, did blacks fight for the Union in the Civil War? Indeed, they did. Coming from Northeast Ohio and coming from all of the
And we'll be dedicating, the memorial to the colored troops.
And on Sunday, June the 24th.
Yes.
What's going on that
That's entitled Sowing for Others to Reap. That's the title of Carrie Clifford, who's interned there, a novelist and founder of the Ohio Federation of Colored Women's Clubs. She wrote her novel calling that, and it's regarding the service to the community.
I want to get a shot on this one, if we can get this on camera number 3 here. And you tell us, and they'll get us
Eliza
a shot
Bryant.
This is the gravestone of Eliza Bryant.
Yes, and Eliza Bryant was in her mid-60s when she got a group of her church ladies together to found the first African-American home for aged colored people here in Cleveland. And when Katrina occurred down in New Orleans, we became the oldest one in the nation as a result of that back in 1897.
So she is there. Her body is buried
and
there.
She has a headstone. Many of these individuals do not have headstones, and the last fugitive slave case right before the Civil War, Lucy Bagby Johnson, her case had no headstones. My students would do research, and they were required to come back with a picture. They came back with grass, and so they launched the process to get a headstone for her.
Now, people can make donations for restoration of the gatehouse and mausoleums and the provision of headstones at Woodland Cemetery, because this is an old cemetery.
Yes, it is.
And we should continue to honor the dead. There's an address right there where you can send your donation to the Woodland Cemetery Foundation, Post Office Box 1966, Cleveland 44106. And you can also visit the website, which is WCFCLE.org, and you can get more information on everything we've been talking about. Let me ask you, Dorothy Salem of the Woodland Cemetery Foundation, why is it important to study this and to honor this cemetery and other cemeteries as well?
The role models there in the cemetery. We're going to lure young people in on that 24th with a scavenger hunt. We're going to have Kindles, we're going to have DVDs, we're going to have sports memorabilia. We'll have Providence House. They're helping sponsor this to deal with a couple of the cases about child abuse in that cemetery. And so what we want to do is encourage educators, encourage families to learn about some of the role models. The father of Labor Day is buried there, a black man, John Patterson Green. We've got the fugitive slave case. We have
you got a lot of
it's just amazing. And we have community educators at each site. The students will get bookmarks at each site to enable them to get some of the prizes.
And when the city was founded many years ago, this was probably one of the outlying areas of
Yes.
Cleveland,
Yes, it
around
was.
East 61st Street in
Yes.
Woodland.
Yes.
And your address, the address is there, is 6901 Woodland Avenue.
Woodland.
So it's right in that.
And it's
huge,
1 to
huge
5.
Yeah.
Okay, our program will begin at 2. Okay, and that will involve St. John AME Church, which is the first black church in Cleveland.
So you've got a lot.
We've got a lot of history.
Monday, May the 28th, Memorial Day. Sunday, June the 24th. All of this revolving around Woodland Cemetery Foundation.
Yes.
And once again, you can get more information if you get on their website, or you can telephone 319-2091. More information on everything we've been talking about. Dorothy Salem, always good to see you.
Yes.
As we're talking about proud history of Cleveland and a wonderful, wonderful place, Woodland Cemetery Foundation.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm going to take a break. Sit right where you are. In a moment, we'll talk to Urban League's president, Marsha Mockabee, after this. Here's Marsha Mockabee of the Urban League with a commentary today.
Hi, Leon. How are you?
Okay.
Good. We've been celebrating within the last few weeks. The Urban League is proud to partner with Goldman Sachs on its brand new 10,000 Small Businesses program that's being brought here to Cleveland. They're going to make about a $15 million investment in helping small businesses to grow in this area, and you know that's what the Urban League is about, helping small businesses, so we're glad to be a partner to refer individuals to this education program that is going to be part of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses.
Urban League and Goldman Sachs gets running right along, right along together, trying to help folks get started with businesses and keep them going.
Absolutely. Really growing them and getting the good business acumen that you need to make a successful business. We're partnering with Cuyahoga Community College. We're partnering with Jumpstart, Cozy, and also the Northeast Ohio Council, Northeast Ohio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
How do you find time to do all of this stuff, Marsha Mockabee, and run the Urban League as well and partner with everybody in the world?
I have great people at the Urban League on the staff team that actually are on the ground doing the work, and I get out there and champion and help put it together, pass it on to them, and they make sure it works.
You know you're an inspiration to many people out there. People see me all the time and they mention you, but you're an inspiration to continue what you're doing. And you've taken the Urban League and you've actually turned that organization around and gave it some more stability that it needed.
Well, thank you. But again, I have lots of help. Partners in the community, champions in the community, and a strong faith to know that I'm not doing it alone.
Yeah, and celebrating 90-some years.
Yes.
Okay. Not her, but the Urban League. Okay.
I hope to get there.
We got to go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.